Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. Today's video I'm going to load a blast from the past, so it's an old video that I'm reformatting. But it needs a little bit of explanation. I believe it was the first ever video I did of a trip out, one of my field trips. And it was a bit special for me because it was to go and see an orchid. I was dubious that I would find it, and it's one of our rarest orchids, which is a strange concept. It's rare in as much as it's only found in a few very small places, 2 or 3, on the southern coastline, on the cliffs. That's the only place it's found in this country. But when you find it, there's hundreds of them. So does that make it rare? Where you find it is a rare place, but when you find it, there's lots, which is a strange concept, because there's some of our orchids that are very rare, and the number of plants is in the dozens, and that's all that exists. That's rare to me. Anyway, it was a trip out, and it needs a little bit of explanation because I had to get to the other side of Poole Harbour, which is a very large natural harbour, loads of wildlife and stuff there, and basically it has a narrow entrance, and there's a ferry that goes across, a car ferry, where you take your car, drive on, drive off the other side. But it's special, and it might not exist in other countries, this type of thing. It's quite a deep entrance to the harbour, and either side are 2 fixed points, and large chains are strapped to either side, and they sit on the bottom of the harbour. But they are picked up inside the ferry onto large cogs that are driven by the motor. So what effectively happens is when the motor starts up, the ferry is pulled across via these fixed chains. The chains don't move, they just get lifted up into the boat and drop down behind. And the boat pulls itself along these chains that stay there permanently. And the boat goes to and from by dragging itself along using these chains. They live on the bottom, obviously, because if they lived on the top, then other boats would get caught up in them. So that's the way it works. I just thought I'd explain that. And in addition to that, when I got there, it's a clifftop environment, and it was very windy. I got quite chilled down, actually, in the breeze. But I had to look at the map, and I thought, because there's no roads, you can't get near this cliff top, there's no road access at all. What most people do is go to the cafe and area of the national park sort of thing, and then walk along the coastline to get to where these orchids are. But it's about a 4-mile walk, and I thought, I'm not doing that, I can get closer than that. And I looked on the map, and there was this housing estate that encroached from the main road towards the cliff. And I thought, if I drive down here and find somewhere to dump the car, I can walk across the fields to get to the cliff top. And that's nowhere near as far. I'll do that, yeah. But when you're on farmland, well, or cliff tops or anything like that, the fields are separated by things called fences and walls. So I had to do a lot of clambering over barbed wire fences and tore me best jeans, well, a pair of jeans, and dug me leg. And by the time I got to the cliff top, I was quite exhausted because it was all uphill. The only tiny bit of downhill was just as you go over the cliff top, the other side, you'll see a shot of the scenery. And of course then I had to go back after my trip. Anyway, a special orchid. A lot of our orchids have got names that are descriptive. So the name of the orchid describes what it might look like. Like we have a bee orchid. Well, it looks like a bee, yeah? And this one goes with its name as well. I did find what I was looking for, and lots of them. Got some nice shots. And as I said, I believe this was the first trip out that I ever filmed. This goes back to 2017, early 2017, so some time ago. Anyway, hope you enjoy it, and I thought the explanation of the ferry was warranted, because otherwise you'd wonder what on earth was going on. Especially the noise it makes is strange, to say the least. Anyway, hope you enjoy it. See you next time.
Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. This is my first trip out for our native orchids. I can't combine it with butterflies, although I may see some, but it's not really the time of year for the butterflies that will be in the area I'm going to. I might pick up a few. I have a target orchid that I'm after today. I may or may not find it, it's very rare. And while I'm out, there should be at least 2 or 3 others that I should pick up in my travels. So phone and camera fully charged, battery on this camera fully charged, packed lunch, backpack, mini tripod for getting close-ups if I manage to find what I'm looking for. We'll see how we go.